So I was looking at the last render we did. I think I ended up the stream last time rendering this guy here, and yeah, I was just making sure everything's fine. I mean, I did run the render for the turntable already, so it's not like if I can make much changes to the lighting, but maybe for some of the more still images, I could, but preferably not. Plus, I mean, I want to finish the stream on this session here, so there we go. Ice Yakult, hello, hello. First time chat as well. Well, glad to see that. So yeah, I mean, I was also looking at like what we did for the eyes, and man, it's really good. It's much better. That was really essential to do that. Yeah. So basically, yeah, we're at the end. Just like in retrospective, the goal at the end was to make a model using only like quick and easy hard surface techniques, to be able to make the like this character as like quickly as possible. So there was a lot of like cutting the corners, not going for full quality and going for speed instead. And you know, in the end, I mean, it's for me. I think it looks good. Um, it's not like the most like intricate and like original design, maybe. It's more meant to like look cool. Me having fun while doing it, not spending like a lot of time doing it. I mean, it took a lot of time in the end because I only work on this 2 hours per week. But if you sum everything, it's a relatively short time. And yeah, and I had fun. I had fun doing it. It was cool. Really happy of doing a second character in that series of like badass animals, whatever, bad pets. I don't know how I'm gonna call this series yet. But yeah, the overall, it was really like it was fun to see that like if you use all of those like quick and easy techniques, you can still get something looking good at the end. Especially using that technique of retopo baking and then texturing in Substance and rendering in Arnold. I mean, it does look good on either a like a low key character or a more intricate one for sure. Anyways, and I hope you guys had fun during that stream also, learning a few things. That's always the essential. And yeah, um, can you point out where you think can be better due to not going for full quality? Because it looks very good. Thank you. Well, I mean, right now, the goal is like that it looks good in this kind of like scale, right? Like the more I zoom in, the more you'll see that like things might be a bit muddy, or it might actually not all the pieces are separate. So in this like image, you won't really like see it. Um, but like if I try to zoom in and it's going to be hard. Like I would need to zoom in like in ZBrush to show like stuff where we're not like super clean. And but you see, my point is also that like it's going like if you know what you're doing your model for, like at what's going to be the size of the render, um, that's why it's not super important to put like full detail, full quality, like everywhere, right? You have to know what's your final result, and I knew my final result was going to be like this, and maximum maybe like a zoom like this here, which is going to be what we're gonna do today. We're gonna just like lock in the cameras for the final renders. So yeah, um, I'd say that yeah, it's more like if we were to look at the ZBrush, that like a few things were like there was like some artifacts in some areas. Some surfaces were not like necessarily like polished as much as like they could have. Um, some areas, like all stuff that I know were going to be in the shade, were really done quickly. There's like pixelation in a lot of like places where the resolution was not high enough when I was working in ZBrush. But you see, that's the point, you don't see it here. So one note is I did notice in my renders that there was some pixelation in the reflections. So if there's like one thing that I might want to re-render for my final shots, maybe not for the turntable. For the turntable, well, I mean, full disclosure, I'm not done 100% with the turntable. There's a few frames I need to render yet. I think anything in like motion is gonna be like okay. At least I'm hoping. We're gonna see once I'm done. But like you see, there's a lot of like stuff in reflections that are a bit pixelated. You can see it on the floor here. This is stuff that I can fix in post production, so it's not really a big deal. But it begs the question: should I like? I could actually just see if like I think it's volume indirect that controls that. Controls sample rate of indirect lighting of volumes. You see, I think that's what it is. I think it's missing like a bit of like volume indirect. What I'll do is I'll just do a little test while we're here. So let's yeah, at the bottom of this thing here, there was some visible parts of it. Let's reduce the size of that frame. Let's just render this this part here at like 9 of anti-aliasing. It's kind of funny because like those values are the same values I've been using for my Elementalist renders, and the Elementalist renders are like they're looking like better than the renders for this guy here. It's kind of like funny. That's another render that I did. And the pixelate, yeah, you can see the pixelation here of like the indirect lighting. Also, there's a bit of graininess also on the SSS itself. That doesn't really bother me though. Anyways, there's never going to be like a shot that's going to be as close as that from the face, so oh wait, am I rendering in GPU right now? Or am I rendering in CPU? I feel like I'm rendering in GPU. I would have to put it back to the CPU though. Oh, it's rendering a turntable. Ah, boy. Let's fix a few things. First of all, system device. No, it's in CPU. That's good. Yeah, it's just here, that thing. Yeah. Okay, so stop that. Single. Am I on frame 90? Yeah, there we go. Render. Okay. Uragi, hello. Thank you. So in other words, it's not really necessary for this project. Well, the idea is that like this project was never meant to be like something that's intricate, that like each piece of the character could be like admire or could be focused on, like zoomed in a close-up. It's really just more for like the ensemble of the character, for the character itself, and also the exercise was to try to cut corners as much as possible, right? Knowing that I'm doing that, it would not be a piece where I can really do zooms, like close-ups and stuff, right? So it's just basically like what I'm trying to say is like it's good to know your audience, or not your audience, but know your goal, right? Whereas like when I did the Elementalist, it's a little bit more to look in close up. Not even like a lot, because the elementalists are made to be statues, and at some point, like details, they don't translate in print. So like I'm still like holding back from doing too much like details and whatnot. Whereas like if I would do like a piece where like the hands are super complex, or there's like stuff a little bit everywhere of the character that is super intricate, now I would make sure that like when I do zooms, I get like a good quality. Okay, so this is what we have. This is the pixelation. We can see it. Now let's redo that render and just boost the volume in direct just to make sure that this is really the value that's going to remove this pixelation by making the sampling a bit higher. Plus, I don't think it's going to take much more time. Like it took like 48 seconds to render this like portion of the frame. Let's see how much it will be for I think on my element, like on the elementalist renders, I think there's another value that I boosted because on the elementalist there's a lot of like meshes that are creating lighting, a bit like those little lights here, those little LEDs on this character, but this character doesn't have much, so I didn't really boost the sampling for this, like anything that's like creating like indirect lighting, I guess we could call. Okay, so it's still visible. Actually, I think it didn't change at all. I'm just gonna do a comparison in Photoshop. And while I'm doing a comparison in Photoshop, I'll try something else. Let's go for specular because it has to do with your reflection. Okay. So 2 is the new one. Oh, you see, the change in sampling did not change a single thing. So it was not volume indirect. That would have helped with that. I'm thinking it's probably going to be specular. Also, the time for the last frame was 48 seconds, so it's the exact same amount of time that it took. Hence proving that nothing was really like enhanced, let's say. I have a feeling that now it's going to be good. Just by looking at the frame here. By the way, scanned their sculpt. Hello, hello to you too. Okay, and let's compare. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So that was the value. Yeah, you see how much time it took? 1 minute 25. So it's kind of like doubling the amount of time. It's worth it though. It's worth it. Yeah, hopefully I won't have to redo the turnaround though, because that would suck. But I mean, maybe worth doing. Sure. Okay. All right. So these are going to be the values: diffuse, specular 1, specular 2, transmission 3. This transmission is really just for the eyes because it's the only part that has transmission, like refraction. So it's a high value, but it's really just going to augment the render time for like these, like for the eyes, the eye section of the render. SSS at 3 because there's a lot of like skin refraction and that stuff. And yeah, okay. So this is gonna officially be the values. Let's save that under. Oops. So now I'm making the scene dedicated for rendering images compared to the one for rendering rendering just look at the turnaround. Okay, so I'm going to put my value at 1 because I'm going to be doing a bit of like render tests. Oh yeah, remove region, put it to view, and reduce the size of the frames. Okay, so basically now the point is I should be able to do renders of this size very quickly, like in maybe 20 seconds. There we go. So of course, like all the SSS part looks super bad in that render, but we get the global lighting and everything. Yeah, 19 seconds. There you go. That's what I said. And yeah, so we can just like start looking for some angles. There's not going to be like much angles that are going to be super interesting, but let's just get a few ones. Let's show an example. I'm gonna go on my my own website. By the way, I'm revamping my website, so it's starting to look a bit old. Let's go. Okay, all right. So for example, for the frog character, there was like this one main angle, a bit of a close up with a slightly different angle, a bit of a side view. Then it's like pretty much the same frame as the beginning, but in close up. A bit of an undershot, always good. A bit of an above shot. So you see, there's not much like variation in angles. Like this one is a bit different also. Like angles a little bit more to the left. I didn't really render a back angle because there was not much interesting things. It's just the cape that was at the back. So for him, for the Mega Gato, maybe there's going to be more interesting shots for the back part. But you see, like just having a few angles like this is going to be fine. Gets enough resolution also. So yeah, that was for the frog character. So we're gonna try to get some stuff like that. Like maybe I'm gonna go around like 10 render angles. For this guy, there was a bit more because like there was the whole like yeah, see the whole shot, slightly different angles from afar. This one has another ed version, so then we get into like close-ups and stuff, try to get like a nice composition. This guy, since his like wings were open, most of the interesting shots were frontal, which is fine. This one was cool also because of the composition. I like this angle. So yeah, we're gonna try to just figure out the angles first, making sure the lighting is correct, that the aperture is correct for the depth of field. Making sure that the rim lights also are following. And so this is like really my way of working. You'll see it's really particular, but what we're gonna do is we're actually okay. Wait, we're gonna start from this physical camera. There's also a test camera here. Test camera, we're gonna get rid of it. It's not gonna be useful. So this one, physical camera 01 turn, is basically the frame for like my turnaround. I can use it for like to make a more like official render. Like this like frontal angle seemed good, so I'm actually going to create a camera just for, even if it's the same camera, I'm going to clone it, copy physical camera 2, and this way like I know that this camera is locked in there, and it'll be important for my batch rendering later. Yep. Now on the side we can see that the target is targeting the center of the character, so that's good. I'm not going to put any depth of field on this angle, or should I? Yeah, I could. It's really simple. If you want to have some depth of field, you're just going to click Enable Depth of Field here, and the aperture is it's what's going to change like your blurring. So like you got like two distances here. Basically, like when you're getting close to that line, stuff are going to start to blur slightly, and the moment you get outside of that frame, that line, now it's like it's going to start to blur more and more, right? So this angle is not really made to have like too much depth of field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it. I'm just going to make sure that like my character and his legs are pretty much inside of the frame like this, and the back of the arms could get like a bit of a blurring. So we can make actually a test render. So it's so grainy, it's going to be hard to see the blur, and also the blur might still be like a bit like subtle. So we'll see. Mr. Nobody. Hello, good morning. Hello to you too. Hi, thanks for the new challenge. The topic is awesome. Oh, you're talking about the Discord contest? Yeah, we're having a Discord contest. If anybody's interested, just go at the bottom of the screen. Go on our Discord. We have the Sinners contest we're running right now with some pretty cool prizes. There's like Maxon that's giving prizes. Topogon, Rizum, J Hill, and Outgang. So yeah, it's pretty cool this year to see how much stuff we have to give away. Yeah, I have a doubt. I can start the character with the pose, or T-pose is necessary. No, you don't need T-pose. We're just judging the final result. Okay, so judging by this, it's hard to see, but like I can see there's a little bit of like blurring in the character. That's cool. I think like for a full angle like this, I don't really need that much blur. Just like that is going to be fine, I think. All right. And to find my other angle, this is what's going to be particular, is I'm going to go in perspective, and I'm going to try to move around and find like a good angle. But you see what I just did, turning on the left to the camera? This is something I'm not going to want to do. Like I'm going to use the camera to like focus, but in reality, what I want to do is like if I want to turn the character, I'm going to turn the turntable here like this, because I always want my lighting to stay static to the character. I don't want to have to recreate a new lighting every time. So what I do is I just like, if I want to find like a side angle, I'm just gonna like go here, just trying to find like the angle that I want. I can pan the camera a little bit. Well, not a little bit, I can pan the camera as much as I want. I could zoom in, zoom out, or go like up or down like this. I think this angle is already good. And I'm going to render. If I like what I have, I'm going to actually, let's just save this. I want to keep like a image test. Frame test. Yes, so I'm going to save my images here. 02, that's the name of my camera. And 90 is the name of my angles. Well, now it's 51 for this new image, but it was 90 for my first one. I'm keeping like a, there we go. So I'm still going to save it. It's going to be camera 3, angle 51, like frame 51. I'm going to save a camera right there. So I just clicked on my shortcut for creating a physical camera. So now it's like, it's right there. So if I want to go back to my second camera, it's right there. I have just to put it to frame 90. I want to go back to this one, 03, frame 51. And also I forgot to rename, but I saved the name of my frame right beside the number of the camera here, 51. There we go. And when I'm gonna do like batch rendering, all this information I can put it in the batch rendering, and it's gonna just render all of my frame and not all my frame, but all of my like cameras and the frame, correct frame inside of like the batch. So it's cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna go around and just figure out like other angles that could be cool. Even if I have a doubt, I'll render it. Like this might actually look better like if it's not in the 16 by 90, you know? Because I'm gonna change the frames at some point. And because also that like my left rim light is well, left of the camera, my left rim light is blue and my right rim light is red. Sometimes like if like the head is facing on the red portion, maybe it might actually be too much red for a rim light for the head. So maybe the frame maybe like him facing the other way would actually be better. We can actually do a test about that. So let's just call it like 04 for the moment. 04 to 152. And let's just quickly do like this. So it's a bit off frame right now. It's just I don't want to move the camera too much. Also, the camera has depth of field right now, and the depth of field is not really appropriate for like how close the arms are from the camera. So this needs to be ignored. I'm just checking really. Okay, so 24. I'm just going to compare those two. Yeah, this is still like the more interesting angle I find. That being said, it's really blasting the these two things. Like my rim light is really blasting these. Might have to fix that in post-prod, or what I can do is I can check maybe if I move my rim lights a little bit. But this is something I'll cover later actually. Okay, so now I can go back to frame, what was it again? 152. I'll save this under camera 4. Oops. 152. So maybe a back shot. Maybe a full in an angle or full straight. Maybe an angle is a bit better for this guy here. Yeah, looks fine. So this is going to be camera 5, frame 251. I'm going to do a full frame 270. This is going to be a full back view, like a fully straight back view. After I'm saving all of those images. I'll be like looking at all the images that I saved after and choosing which one I want to take for the final render. Like this you see this one I already see might be less interesting than the other one we took right before. So 06270. Still gonna create the camera. 6270. I'm gonna be doing some zooms in soon. So let's go back to front and let's just see if some slight angle could actually be cool as well, like these. I'm gonna guess this. If I go to the left here is gonna be more interesting. Do I want more upshot? Let's try a little bit more upshot as well. Yeah, it's I don't know if maybe it's not turned enough. Oh, by the way, just looking at the chat, Mr. Nobody. Hey, Marco, do you think is worth using Redshift inside ZBrush or just better using external rendering? I mean, Redshift is there's some cool stuff in there. My needs require me to use other things though. Okay, so I think we're gonna have enough for like this angle. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to get a good composition, like a close-up, and get a good composition from a from this like framing, as in like it's in 16 by 9 right now, 16 by 9. So you see, like for example, like zooming to the knees here, it's just not really worth it because we have like so much like empty space and stuff. It's just gonna not make for an interesting image. So I'm really just gonna try to get like a triangle composition, but at least having my arms filling the rest like this. This is gonna be better. So we get like a look at the camera to cut like a little bit halfway in the thigh right there. I think there's a name for that. Yeah, I was gonna call that an American shot, but I think American shot is like cuts at the crotch, not the thigh. Or maybe it's still called an American shot. I don't know. All right, and do we want some like it's a lot of like attitude to do a contre-plongée or whatever. How you say that in English? When the camera's looking up at the character. Yeah, I think it's going to be more interesting to have a bit of contre-plongée. So, what's contre-plongée in English? Okay. Translate to counter diving. I'm not sure that's what the real word is. Low angle shot, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure how much I like this. Let's JXDX, hello. Bestie art, hey guys. Scander Sculpt, contre-plongée sounds better. It does sound better. So, quick comparison between those two here. Which one do I prefer? Yeah, the contre-plongée one was nice. Oops. Maybe I can just put it a little bit more, a little bit lower. When you'll finish this project, are you going to work on another one for the streams? Are you done with the streams for the moment? I would like to learn much more from you, man. Thanks. Thanks for saying that. Oh, you see, that's a good shot. There we go. Perfect. That's the winner. Yeah, I'll actually what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be like semi-repetitive, but I'm going to just re-render the Mega Wawa in the same rendering here as the Mega Gato because they're gonna be a bit different now, and I want to have some resemblance between the two. So I'm actually gonna re-render it. Might be boring for some people, but whatever. I feel like doing it. Sure, that's cool. So that was a good angle. I just want to check using my faraway angles. Oops, I closed my. There we go. I just want to check my faraway angles to get like some inspiration onto. Let's try this. Okay, let's still save it. We'll see. That's a frame 124. Let's save the camera. I'll change this for a performance view. It's kind of hard to see with the Is there a way I can make the background like not visible to the viewport? Visible to camera, visible to renderable, inherently visible. See through. Nah, not really helping. Anyways, whatever. We'll do with that. Okay, another angle, close like that. Maybe like a full side view. It's not all composition that works, but yeah. Also, this is probably like as close as I'm gonna want to get. Like I said, this piece was not really made to be viewed from like really close. There's a lot of like empty spots here. I'm wondering if like those angles are gonna look better in 4x5. We're still gonna record them. By the way, it's getting freaking cold over here. It's like 8 degrees outside right now. It's feels like winter is coming. Like 8 Celsius, by the way, now. How a plongé plongé angle would look. Marco, Maya and 3ds Max Arnold rendering options are similar. As far as I know, they're identical. Like, pretty much identical. So nobody, when I am working in a character, I always worry a lot about the time that takes me. Do you think that I should be worrying about it much? How much do you think it's a reasonable time to finish a character? I think what you should do is that you should practice both doing characters to try to get the most quality you can, and you should also practice characters to finish them as soon as possible, just by using all your knowledge without really taking the time to study or to doubt yourself, and just going through the process of finishing a character. I think you should practice both, actually. That would be very, it's very good. It's very good. I think my kid is knocking on my door. He's not at daycare today. I don't know if you heard that, but he's being a little rascal right now. So you said that top view like this is it's pretty cool. I like how the face is kind of like meaner in that angle. So I'll definitely be using this one. I actually really like it. Did I forget to record a camera for the last one? I think I did. Did I? Yeah, camera 11 for the other side view. Okay, I'll have to redo it. Or actually, will I be using it? Maybe I can just drop it already. You know what? I'll just drop it. I'm not going to be using it. I'm going to call this one 11 at frame 86. Save camera. 11 at 86. Oops. Do I want an even more upshot? Let's try like a full center. That might be too much, but let's just see for fun. Hey, Marco, hope you're doing great. Sound excited for listeners contest and enjoying the sneak peek of the new character of New Apocalypse series. Thanks for keeping thanks for keeping up to date. Yeah, I'm really happy to be almost done with the elementalists, rendering them and be able to show them to the public. It's going to be cool. Plus, I mean, that contest took so much time. I mean, I really wanted to get like good sponsors for it, so I took a little bit more time to get them. So, but I'm really happy about that. Um, yeah, that's not bad. I'll take it. Frame 90. I just have to check something. I'm gonna have to turn off the depth of field. It's kind of like working against me right now. Where's that camera? Okay. Oh, that's kind of like not a bad composition actually, just like this. Contest. Well, for anybody that wants to know the contest, you just go at the bottom of the screen and just take any of the links. You can check our social medias. The announcement is there, or just simply join our Discord. And the channels are all there, explaining the rules and all, and the prizes. See, that's a good angle. I like this one here, like this. Yep. That's a pretty good one. 356, 59. No, wait, it's 113. Yeah, for the side view like this, I feel I'm really going to need to actually go into like a 4x5 frame. Let's just check the images I have for the moment. And so far, so good. Maybe should I get a back view with a close-up? I think some of the prize, the sponsors for the prize are also putting stuff on their social media. Just got an email from like the people from RISM saying that they did. Okay, so now should it be top view? No, we're missing the head like this. Let's check if this is a nice composition. Oh, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the sub. First place is Eternal Glory and Eternal Life. Yo, Top G still working on Bingus. Is that interesting? Maybe I can use that for a shot. A little teaser, maybe. I don't know. I'll keep it. 14,270. All right. So I think I'm gonna go into 4x5 now. 4x5. Lock the resolution, and let's use this value for the shots for the moment. All right. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take like a first frame like this, like the focal lens is way too like not wide enough, the opposite of wide. So I'll need to fix that for sure. So I'll just start by creating like a camera just to get like fuck what just happened. Okay, my camera is facing backwards now for some reason. There we go. Also, what's camera 1? Did I forget to name that camera? Yeah, 14,270. Okay. So camera 2 here. So point of creating that camera is going to be, first of all, just aim at the right. I'm gonna get the good the proper width. So oh no, wait, that's not here that I fixed that. Specific FOV 50. No, wait, that's the opposite direction I want to go. 25. And then zoom out. So I want to just flatten the camera now. 20. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to double check something here. Oops. Let's save this project first. Let's open another instance of Max. Marco, do you still have the PC that you mentioned on Twitch, or you have upgraded it? No, it's the same one. I've been asking my friends to help me with like rendering my characters lately, and I asked them like what was their how much time it took for every frame, just compare it to like how much time it takes me to do it, and boy, my computer is gonna need an upgrade. Not too long. I don't feel like it need to, but like when I compare to how fast my friends are rendering, I'm like motherfuckers. All right, I'm gonna go check something here. You. Discoloring something you think about as you work up the sketch or figure it out later. I do think about my main color palette for sure, but like everything that has to do with like the weathering and that sort of stuff is something I leave for later. Like I know what my materials are gonna be because like the shape of the objects like they need to reflect the proper kind of materials and everything. But yeah. A little teaser thing that we're looking at right now. On camera 13. Yeah, how much? Yeah, 26 degrees, 0.271. That's the amount it's using. Okay, all right. Teaser over. All right, all right. Yeah, let's try this. I think I forgot some messages up there. Yo, man, thank you for all the knowledge you're spitting around. One of the best from the industry. Thank you. I'll try my best to practice into the Sinners contest. Hope you're doing well. Cool, man. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so that's one of the possibilities that I have. In terms of like framing, it's kind of like better for like this angle because I mean, we can get a bit of like the knees on this angle as well, so that's what's interesting. Um, Also, we get like more of like a full frame, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna keep this one. And I think it's gonna give some interesting side renders as well. So let's call it like a 15 at angle 90. 1590. There we go. Just want to check my other renders again. Is there something like a hard surface vocabulary somewhere out there or a book on hard surface design that you'd recommend? No, not necessarily. I think everybody has their own like terminologies as well and stuff. I know one that I recommend often just because I find it's actually well synthesized the information is Alex Senecal's tutorial out there. Like he has one that's it's pretty interesting. Like he talks about like the hierarchies of shapes. I think he talks about like echoing and stuff, or maybe he calls it something else, a recall or whatever. There's like a few things that's interesting to check. But if you go and check like anything about like composition, even if it's about like frame or landscapes or environment, like knowledge of like composition also really helps for characters. So I recommend it. Frame 1685. Was that also number 1685 for the? Yeah, 1685. It's written like this. Tell him I send you. Oops. What did I just do? Okay. There we go. All right. Everything's good. Let's go get a, yeah, see, like a shot like this, that's going to be cool in that frame. A bit of a like empty space here that bothers me, but I see if I actually put it on this eye on the third of the frame. There could be like a little title right there. I really like when you see like a bit of like the rim light on the eyeball of the cat. Like he has so much big eyeballs, and it's a good like reflection thing. Whoa, that top light is really blasting it over here. The angle is cool, but the lighting is not really like doing it. Maybe I'm gonna need to rotate the rim lights for this. Yeah, see, let's test something. So check that out. So I'm gonna call this like 17A, just because it's a test. So what I can do to get more of rim light, let's say I want more, like less on the right and more on the left. So what I can do is I can actually, now I'll actually physically turn the camera. So I'm turning my scene. You can see it just by like this line here of my background. So now basically I'm like inviting more of the blue rim light to get on the character. And I'll re-render. So it's going to be like almost the same shot, but because I rotated my camera, because I rotated the camera around the character, I'm going to go and get like a different lighting. Like I've been avoiding to rotate my camera for the entire time we've been doing those shots. Remember, I was rotating like the model instead of the camera. But now by rotating the camera, like you'll see how the frames won't be like the same, but you'll see the comparison. You'll see it like in the eyeball of the cat, like the light has moved. So if you do like before and after, so you see. So I get less of like that like vault like that shade here though. It's like the lighting is more frontal right now. It does fix the blasting right there. It actually brings a little bit more rim light on this side as well. So overall, I feel like this is like the better choice. Yeah, this is the better choice. And this is something I'll be checking for on all of my renders while doing the final pass. Because right now I'm just like finding the frames that I want to do. But I'll be like, I'll just do like another pass at them after. But like this is the winner for sure. So 17 at frame 91. I'm gonna record the camera as well. 17 at frame 91. Okay. Oops, I've closed this again. So I just want to see what I might be missing. Okay, let's get a full side view. Oh, but let's go back a more straight position. There we go. Ah, man, even in that frame, it's hard to, even at angle, it's hard to frame it. No, the ears are not going to be in the shot. Ah, I doubt that it's going to look good. No, I think it's going to look not good at all. '3D character modeling, hello. Um, It's just not an interesting shot. Never mind that. Okay, let's look at our frames again, see if there's something that's missing. Okay, yeah, there's one in this angle here that like maybe I'm gonna want to get. So I'll just go back into 16:9 for a sec. It's too close. Too close. I don't have an upshot. Let's see how this looks. This guy looks like a catnip addict. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's how he's able to carry those giant arms. Yuri, wow. Thank you. Yeah, that was a good shot. See? I'm gonna call it 13A because I'm trying to keep my renders to 101. There we go. Very good angle. Thank you. Thank you. God damn it! Every time I see one of your model, I get depressed. Sorry, man. It's not meant to be. Or at least that's not my goal. Sorry to hear that. I understand the feeling, though. How did you study lighting for rendering? Or you just study it, or you just got into it naturally? Uh, I got into it naturally. I mean, as I said previously, like every time I find like a little like tutorial or like explanation on composition and stuff, like I've always read about it, but yeah, I've always took around the information that was getting that was available. There's like a few like stuff that like people repeat all the time when you do rendering, like try to get like there's like rules of thumbs, right? Kind of like 3-point lighting. This is something like you hear a lot. It's a studio type of lighting. Um, Also like trying to get like two-thirds of your character like lit and 1/3 in the shadows. Get those rim lights really popping in the shadows as well to help like encompass the character. If you're going for a studio lighting, right? Because if you're doing like a natural lighting, you're probably gonna want to have like almost like zero rim lights. But yeah, a few stuff like that. Composition's important, etc., etc. So let's go for 13B for this one at frame 84. Oh, did I record 13A? I didn't. Fudgio. We're gonna have to go and find it. 13A. Let's reproduce this image. It was a good one. Oh wait, I know what frame it is. It's in the name of the file. 101. Oops. Once again, I moved the camera. Okay, there we go. I really like those like little anthropomorphic characters. It's not exactly the angle that I was using. It was a little bit more upwards like this. Yeah, as I said earlier, if I was going for like really more polish and everything, I would have really spent a lot of time just trying to get like that peach fuzz on the skin. Right now, I faked it with some Fresnel, but like to really get like the peach fuzz and everything, get the hair on the nose. There's a lot of things I could have done to really go really in details of everything. But as I said, that was not the purpose of this exercise here. All right, let's go back, see if I'm missing something. Oops, wrong window. Okay, let's maybe do one last one. Let's go back in 4x5. Let's pick a camera that has the proper FOV. FOV? Anyways, whatever. Yeah, FOV. I once again forgot what I was about to do. Yeah, I wanted to get like a... Yeah, I'm actually thinking this one, is it like too... I might revisit camera 15. Well, let's do it right now. Camera 15, probably at 90 degrees, like this. Wait. Oh, camera 5. 15. I'm like thinking maybe camera 15. Now, if I want to change it, I need to are you gonna put anything in the back? If so, how are you gonna decide? If not, why not? No, I'm not gonna put anything in the back. There's just a little like it doesn't really show, but there's a backdrop of a little bit of like smoke. If you look at here, you see it's a little bit more blue than like here. I just really like the character on black background look. I always like that. And also for turntables, it just makes it less complicated because it's just like a character turning around in a dark background. I just find it's easier and I like the look. So yeah, these are my reasons. Okay, let's see between those two because I'm adding a lot of doubts. Have you never heard that 2/3 should be illuminated and 1/3 in the shade? Can I please hear from Ace? I have never heard of the 2/3 should be illuminated and 1/3 should be in the shade. Can I please hear from a specific rule? What is it called? So I can read about it. And I don't know, man. Just write on Google like lighting rule of thumbs, lighting rendering rule of thumbs. The frontal frame like this, I'm feeling that the landscape portrait is better because yeah. Yeah, I'll go for the second one, I think. Yeah. So that'll be the one for camera 15. Yes, and I wanted to check if I can get a side view on this. Like not a side view, but like a 3/4. In Elia, if when you look at like those, you can look at also like for like composition rules and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to learn about like all the lighting stuff, lighting is just a portion of composition. There's a lot of stuff to learn about composition as well, like when you're trying to frame a character, how to balance it so it looks like appealing in the frame. That's another subject that can get pretty vast. How much am I feeling this one? We're 1 hour and 30 minutes in. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end. I'm just gonna have to choose those frames and make them ready. All right, let's take. I'm not super fan of not a super fan, but let's take it anyway. So 18 at angle 60. Um, 60. Yep. Okay. All right. So I have this. My next step is going to decide which frame I'm taking and which one I'm not taking. So the way that I go by this is I create a little folder called chosen. Whoop. I'm gonna copy everything in it, and then from there, I'm actually going to start deleting like images. And what I do is I actually open 2 images because I'm probably gonna do like comparison. So I'm gonna open one on the left The other one on the right. Let's just give them also, I have to be mindful of like where you guys the screen cuts because of the chat. All right. Something like that should work. So yeah. So basically, like what I'll do is I'll just take a look, and I'll really just delete what I find is like absolutely not interesting. So like in retrospective, like I'm feeling like the symmetrical one is more interesting than the Does it mean I'm not gonna get this one? I don't know. I'll just skip for the moment. This one was like one with a slight angle compared to like the fully frontal one. You can see on the right, I'm just like, this one is just not, it's just not cutting it. So I'm gonna delete it. As like this one though has an interesting angle. I might actually keep this one. Now we're in the frontal close-ups. This I'm not super interested. Should I delete it? Because it's not like I have like many angles like this, so maybe I should keep it just for the lack of angles in that view. This one here. This one was nice compared to this one. This one is like it's cool that like he's kind of like, oh yeah, it was meant to be like the front one. And this one I'm gonna keep. This one was cool too. This one was cool. Yeah, so we got two here that are pretty much like the same thing. Probably don't need to render them, both of them. Which one was the most interesting? Well, it's hard to they both have like you see like I like how like this one has like more like shading on the side of the head, and then the rim light comes and picks it up. But this one I like how the speculars are going in on the eyes. Well, this is something I can always fix in post if I really want to keep it. Man, I'm having a dilemma. You know what? I guess I'm keeping both. Yeah, this one back view was nice. Front shot. That's cool. This one is fine. It's fine. Not super interesting. All right, so that was the first pass. I'll do another pass. Front. This is probably pretty necessary. I have like no shots on the side, so like I'll keep this one. I'll also keep this one because like you see like my shots that are on the side I feel are not super interesting when they're in close up. Like I feel like I need to have the entire character showing to make those shots interesting. So I will be keeping this one, the side, the back view. So you see, I'll delete this one. I'll keep the full back one. This one was also interesting. Yeah. Okay, so this one is really cool. If I compare it to the other frontal one, which is like in 2x5 and 4x5, so you see like the landscape image is much more interesting than like the 4x5 because well, of composition basically. It's like a cool triangle here that's happening. Does it mean I'm not gonna keep the other one though? This one is not. It's because of lack of like side view images. I feel like I need to keep this one. This one is meh, but whatever. At the end of the day, I mean, it's not like these rendered images are going to take an eternity, so I can also just like render a few of them. Okay, so you see this one, I'm like lukewarm about this one. And I basically have like this same one here, but like framed more interestingly. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. The same idea. Do I want this one knowing that I have... I kind of like it though. Yeah, I'll keep it. So now knowing I have like these two, maybe like, since I have like this one and this one, oh, not sure. And these like on the side, I don't like them. Yeah, I just don't like it. I'm not even gonna render it. I don't super like the side views for this character. How much images do we have now? I have 15 images, which is decent. 15 images to render. This is around what I do normally. Just want to check something here with this frame 19. Wait. This is really interesting. I always had problems with rendering the model, and now that I saw this, this is really cool. All right, cool. Well, awesome. Happy that it can help you. What is the program you use to view photos? I think it's called Image Glass. Image Glass. All right, yeah. Yeah, this is a good shot. It was like a bit different from when I first rendered it, so let's just change it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep all of them. It's like a lot of like repetition, but I don't know, I like it. It's not gonna take an eternity to render either, so who cares? All right, let's do it. Let's keep them all. All right. well, I mean, I did erase a few of them, but these here. So I'm actually going to delete the cameras that I won't be using. So 5 I'm not using. 7 I'm not using. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13A, B I'm using. 14, 15. I'm not using 16. All right. All right. So those are the cameras that I'll be using. Okay. So what I'll do now is I'll just go around and make sure that the aperture is correct for the blur on each of them. Yeah, so this one, yeah. So this one I did it at the beginning of the stream to fix the aperture. I think the rest I did not. So let's go camera 3, frame 51. All right, so the focus is still on the head. Wait. Did I really render it on the side like this? Yeah. So the you see the depth of field is like affecting a bit the arm at the front like this. That's pretty good, and you can see it's gonna affect the back like this here. So it's fine. It's good. It's good. Um, it's not really centered though. It's gonna be more like this. Yeah. Let's hide the cameras. They're like really Let's hide the lights as well. It's kind of like distracting for the composition. There you go. That's going to be more centered. That's good. Camera 4, frame 152. Okay, so in terms of framing, it's going to be more like this. And in terms of all right, so the focus is aligned on the head. You can see by the plane in the middle, so that's good. In terms of the aperture, I'll go and get a similar look as the other one. Let's do a little test render. This one, the head is getting a bit dark in that render, but it's something that can be fixed really easily in post. Oh yeah, there was this like blasting of like the light right there that I was wondering if I could fix a bit. And I am thinking that maybe we can fix that by, let's try this. So let's move, oops. Let's move the camera, lessen the angle of the rim light. Let's see if it's gonna have less blasted light. Oh, we're missing a lot of lighting around the light. Maybe I should have put the camera in the other, like this. IPO. Wow, a real artist. Cool. Oh, thank you. Okay, it's not really helping. Might be my top light. That's no, because the top light is on the back. So this is actually my main light that is like right in the angle of this thing here. So I think I would need to like move that thing like even more to really get it like out of but we're gonna get into a really like uncharted territory in terms of like my lighting setup. Mm. I mean, it's fixing it for this part, but for here, it's kind of like still a bit of an issue. That said, it is better, and we got the lighting on the face more now, so it's kind of like good. Actually, let's just use lock all to move the camera now. So this is going to be a particular one, but you know what? It's working, and there's going to be less post-production fix, so let's go with that. Cool. So frame 4. Oh yeah, the I need to change the aperture though. Well, do I need to change the aperture? Oh, this is kind of like, oh, the focus is still on the head. Well, maybe I can move the target distance a bit to really get it on the head. Yeah, but the blur was good, so let's make sure the aperture really works. All right, there we go. Should be good. Let's go to the next frame. 6 at 270. This is going to be the back shot. 270 is the number of the straight angle of the back. So for this one, I don't think I had like anything I wanted to fix. I think my back angle was fine. It's actually interesting how like because of the angle of the arms, how much like shadow you get from the how much shadow you get. It's a really nice contrast in between like this part that is lit and this part that is not lit. It's very nice. Very interesting contrasts in this image. Yeah, I just wanted to get the proper like this one. I'm gonna change the focus for. Actually, note this one. I'm gonna not put any depth of field, or no, maybe no, maybe enough, but just like because I just want depth of field to affect the base. The focal length, let's put it like in the middle of everything, like this. Yep. Enough aperture to get everything, but only the base is going to be affected. There we go. Just like that. Next frame. At that next camera at frame at 8, frame 103. So the aperture was already pretty much at what I needed it to be. Maybe shorter, like this. Maybe move the composition a bit. There we go, let's do a little test render. Wow, I actually caught Chaos Mason live. Cat looks amazing, man. The kind of piece you can spend hours looking at. Feels good, man. Thanks, man. All right, yeah, that looks good. Looks good. Lighting is good on this one as well. Perfect. Next, frame 9 at angle 90. This is going to be our front render. I don't think there was like anything I wanted to really do about this one here. Yeah, lighting was okay already. Once again, just checking the aperture. Like, do I want to get things really blurry real quick? Probably. Let's test this out. So yeah, like I said, everything is grainy and whatever, but like it's for me, it's really not a problem because I already did do my quality tests. So I know like when I'm gonna boost like the anti-aliasing to 9, I know I'm gonna get some good stuff, some good quality. I did a test at the beginning of this stream actually for those who were there. So you see it's good. This is gonna be blurry enough. I can make it even a little bit more blurry maybe. There we go. That should be fine. And next frame, 124. We're getting there, we're getting there. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. So yeah, this one was one frame that was not super interesting. I can't have it too blurry because it's what's on the frame right now. So let's stretch it like this. Not even gonna check this one. It's not a frame that I'm super interested about. Man, I'm freezing. Jeez, I'm freezing. Ugh. Boy, I'm gonna close that sweater. I actually, this is like my Chaos Masons hoodie, and like this is the one that's thin. I have made one that's like thicker. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants merch, you can go at the link at the bottom. Go in our store. There's merch there. Anyways, so I lost this sweater. It's been like 2 sweaters that I lose of Chaos Masons in like my area. And I saw like a homeless guy with one of my my sweatshirt, so I was like, okay, that's walking advertisement. And the other one, I lost it in a bar, and it was not in a lost and found. So I was like, all right, people think it's good looking enough to keep it for themselves, but like I'm gonna know like who's the frickin' thief because like there's the homeless guy, but like any other people like in my area that has my sweater, I'll know that it's them that took it because I've looked at like the sales and there was like never a sales that was like from somebody in my area. So I'm just really keeping my eyes open for like that asshole that has my sweater. All right, so this one, am I going to want to have like a lot of blurriness for the arms? Probably. Not too much. Let's try this. Do I need to reframe this image as well? Oh, was good enough. Maybe it was the guy. Do you mean like the homeless guy? Because I know that the homeless guy, like, I know why he has my shirt because I know where I lost it, and it's where like that homeless guy hangs out a lot. So when I saw him with the shirt, I was like, ah, whatever, I'm gonna let him keep that. That's would be the most cruel things to go and like get my shirt back from a homeless dude. No. Yeah, so this one has a lot of like depth. I'm wondering if it's not like maybe a bit too much. It might be a bit too much depth. Let's do another test. So I lost one, and I know exactly how I lost both of those sweater. The first one I was like carrying it like I have like a trolley, like I used to go get like gallons of water with a trolley at the grocery store. Now we're getting them ordered, but like I was using a trolley, and I remember putting my sweater on top of the bottles in the trolley. But I think with the vibration of the trolley by carrying it on the sidewalk, I think it fell from it, and I'm pretty sure it fell like right in front of the guy. And I had my headphones at that time, so maybe the guy like called for me because it's a dude I know. Like when I go to the grocery store, I'll always buy something for him. Like he's always in front of the grocery store, so maybe like he just like took it, and I never went back, like, or at least for like the next days or weeks. So he just like whatever decided to use it, which is perfect, fine by me. And the second one, I was in a bar. I went to the toilet and I didn't go back to my spot before leaving, and I left it at my spot. And I called like the day after to know where it was, and they never. Yeah, that one I was like, that sucks, because like I know it was not lost. Oh wait, did I save that under 11? Oh, that's why it's not changing. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. Oh, it's on camera. Yes. Okay. Wait. 124. Okay, yeah, that's the one that I was like, ah, it's not gonna be interesting. Okay, well now I feel like I fucked up something, so I just want to re-render this. Do UI ship in Europe? Yeah, yeah, it's like international as far as I know. The platform I'm using. Is this Mental Array? No, this is Arnold. Yeah, you see, like this one's gonna be fine. All right, now back to where I was. It was camera 11, frame 86, and it was like, yeah, the depth of field was just like a bit too intense. Oops. So let's re-render this. Give the homeless guy more merch, a good deed, and free exposure. Yeah, yeah. Well, free. I mean, I still need to buy my own merch if I want it. But good deed indeed. Good deed indeed. And like I said earlier, walking. It's like walking publicity. Except if people are like, did that guy have that shirt before he got fired from Chaos Masons? That's a the story might be seen differently. So that was good. Let's go camera 12. Getting there slowly but surely. See this. So this one didn't have any depth of field when I rendered it. Also, like the target is off. So let's really put it on the head. Let's put some depth of field on this one for sure. So this one I feel like maybe like some blur is going to be good. So let's make sure there is. Yeah, this one the depth of field looks good, so perfect. There's a lot of like rim light on top here. I might fix that in post as well. Actually, I'm thinking I might do like another stream for what I do in post with those renders. I don't know if I did that for the frog. Anyways, looks good. Move on. Almost there. Like 6 cameras to do. Frame 113. Oh, we're at the 2 hours mark. Okay, yeah, so we're getting close to the end. Good thing, because I don't have much more time. Alright, so those last one here, I actually they were all a bit off. So good thing that I checked. Enable depth of field, and just like I'm just gonna eyeball it. Is the cat named Soirée, or is it some kind of cat breed? No, the oh, I can understand why you're saying that, because the name of my stream is Sculpt Soirée, which is at first I used to always do that at night, so I thought it funny to call it a Sculpt Soirée. Now I'm doing it like right now. It's like still like in the morning. I just thought it was funny to still keep naming it Sculpt Soirée, since it's actually whatever. Sorry guys. All right, works good. 13B. Go 14 like this. This one having a lot of blur will probably look good, so let's test. So the name of the cat, to answer your question, your other question also, name of the cat is just Mega Gato, which is because I made a dog character. It's called Mega Wawa at first, which is like a Chihuahua. This one is just basically the mega version of a cat. And if you're asking me what kind of cat it is, this is a Sphinx cat. It's kind of like a Cornish Rex without hair. Or you could say that the Cornish Rex is a Sphinx cat with hair, depending on your perspective. So the amount of blur is fine. I could have added more. Actually, I'm going to put more. I'm not going to re-render it because I know I'm going to be happy with that. 13, now 14. At 270, so this is the back shot. Close-up back shot. Oh yeah. Was that enough of a good angle though? Yeah, in retrospective, I'm feeling like this is not the interesting angle for this one. Let's test it again. Um, let's test this out. Yeah, a soirée is an evening party or reception. Yeah, exactly. It's just like a snobby word to say like something you do at night. It's snobby because it comes from like the French language, right? Or at least like in my opinion, as a French speaking person, when you say French words in English, it just sounds incredibly snobbish. A rendezvous. Also, it's really funny how, oh, enabled motion blur. Weird. Wait, do I have that on my other cameras? Should I have that on my cameras? I don't think that I should. I don't want the motion blur, I just want the depth of field. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's re-render this. So, yeah, no, it's just like for me, it sounds like extremely snobbish. Rendezvous, rendezvous. It's also snobbish the way that like it's being said, but that's also because of the accent for sure, right? And what I hate the most about that is when, as a once again French-speaking person, when I speak English and there's an actual French word, I always say it with the accent. I don't say it the right way. So if I say, "Oh, tonight I have a rendezvous with somebody," that's saying rendezvous with the accent. Whereas if I would not say it with the accent, it would be tonight I have a rendezvous with a person. But it's just it doesn't. People don't understand if you don't say it with the accent, right? Most people. All right, back to serious stuff. Let's just compare those two images. I just want to see which one is the best. Oh, actually, the original one was maybe better. Let's go back to maybe like this. All that behind you is that 3D printed model. Ah, baguette. Yeah, baguette. Um, all that behind you is that 3D printed models. Oh, a lot of yeah, it's all 3D printed stuff. Some of it is my own. Some is stuff that was commissioned to do. Some is my friend's work. A lot of variety back there. All right, let's test the difference in between these now. So I got the original, more upwards. Yeah, I think like this one, just less upwards will be fine. Let's try this. I'm actually gonna also try to get some depth of field. System of a Down rocks. Can you hear the music I'm hearing? In OBS, it says like everything's at off. I can't hear anything. Yeah, well, IPO, why are you saying System of a Down rocks? I say that because you swapped tabs before and I quickly saw their logo. Okay, I thought you could hear the music. Yeah, right now I'm listening a playlist and there's I'm listening to System of a Down. Okay, yeah, right there. Funny. All right, let's do a last check for this. Like the ones are too high, too low. Actually, you know what? I'm going back to the original one. I'm gonna add the okay, let's do a test. Hey Marco, good to see you. Hello Polygastal. Those render look amazing. Thank you. I can't hear anything. All right. Hey Marco, is it weird to talk by yourself alone in the room? At first I had a problem, but like I think that like since like you guys can chat, well, you guys and gals can chat, it kind of like feels like I'm not like talking to nobody. Otherwise, like yeah, I would probably have that feeling. But the fact that you guys are responding, it kind of like helps me to feel like I'm not going insane talking alone. So thank you for everyone to writing stuff. You're actually, without knowing, helping my sanity. Keep him coming. All right, so now we're back into 4x5. Yeah, this stream is starting to get a bit long. Oops. I'm gonna need to finish that pretty quickly. Frame 90. So yeah, let's go quick. Fix this here. Depth of field, no motion blur. Wow, why is it keeping the motion blur on the cameras? There we go. No motion blur. This one I'm gonna want a pretty severe depth of field. So okay. What's up, Chaos? Saw you on the J Hill video. Pretty amazing video, by the way, and amazing work right there. Oh, thanks. Yep. Yeah, I really liked doing the work with him. Doing the video with him was super fun. Also, he's sponsoring the prizes for the contest. So that's pretty cool. I'm really happy about that. Like the contest we're running on our Discord. Once again, if you want to join our Discord. Links is at the bottom. Yeah, it's just a cool thing. And he's he's sponsoring like a few prizes and stuff. So very nice. Let's do another test. Do you think it's possible for a 28-year-old to start in 3D and get a job at some point? Yeah. I think it is. I mean, I started my career in 3D at 22, which I was like, oh, that's like a bit late. But no, man. I mean, if you love it, the goal is like to really love it because it does take a lot of time for sure, right? So like if you're having like the idea that like you're starting to get too old and this and that, I'd say that like yeah, this I understand like your fear about this or your concern, but I think that really um the people that make it in the industry is really based on like it's because it's something hard. It's hard to get a job in that industry for sure. But it's the passion is really the thing that drives like everything else, right? So yes, it's a job that like requires you to spend a lot of time, make sacrifices, etc., right? But you'll never regret doing that if like you have passion doing it, right? Now, I'm not talking about like how much money you'll be making and that sort of stuff, or you can earn your life with that. I'm just saying, like, is it something that you're gonna do, you're gonna love doing? My answer is yes. And if you keep at it, at some point, it might become lucrative. But at the very least, if you do that, you have a job on the side. You'll always like. What I'm trying to say is like trying this and trying to get good at this, there's no way you can regret doing that if you're having fun doing it. Making it like a job and earning your life is another subject for sure. But the subject of loving to do this and making it like having this make you feel alive is, I think, something that trumps like the other subject. It's important in life to find stuff that you love, and even if you cannot earn your life doing it, well, at least be able to spend time and having fun with it. Very important. All right, last frame finally. Jeebus. Oh yeah, it's the frame that I love also. I don't, I don't like that shot. Okay. Hmm? Oh, I'm not on the right camera. Did I just fuck up that camera? What was the frame again? 91? No, doesn't make sense. 91? How long does it take to make models like this? Days, weeks, years? Well, I mean, you can just you have the answer at your fingertips. You just need to watch the stream, and you just take all of the hours from every video, and that's exactly how much time it took me. All right, so my render is still okay, so I didn't fuck it up. Well, now let's go to the final frame once again. There we go. Frame 60. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. That's when I seriously started at it, so I'd say yes. That's pretty neat. Can't find shit right now. Glad to hear. I got ADHD and 3D modeling. ZBrush especially is the only thing I can focus. Yeah, I somewhat have the same thing as you, Ashkepunk. C button? Ah, fun. All right, good to know. Okay, so let's save this and create the batch, and then we are donezo. Done fucking zo. Is that saved? That's saved. All right. So, now what I want to do is I want to create my batch to make my renders. Oh wait, no. Will I have the renders done by next? Probably. Yeah, probably. Okay. All right. Man, that's gonna have been a long stream, eh? Jeez. All right. So what I want to do, I want to go and put my anti-aliasing to the level at which I want it to be for the final look. So 9, because I tested that earlier. We're in CPU rendering. That's good. Here, the frame of the camera doesn't matter. What's written here doesn't matter. And the output here won't matter either, because what we're going to do is we're going to go in rendering, batch render, and oops, delete everything that has to do with the frog. Oops. Okay, whatever. So add. So what I'm going to do now is add. It's just the name view. Like, well, yeah, it's going to be called view one. Override presets, and I want it to be at the frame that's going to be important. So camera 2 is at frame 90. Oops, there we go, frame 90. So frame 90 to frame 90, basically. The width. So basically like the resolution at which I'm going to be rendering those. I'm going to be using the same values as for the frog. So let's just go into like my my frog file here. Render full. All right. So here I can actually see the. It's kind of hard to see the resolution and the thumbnail. Okay. So this is like my full shot, right? I rendered it at, see, 6000 by 3375. So 6000 by 3375. So this is going to be a 6 by 9 image. I'm going to change the path to maybe go to image. So images was just for tests. Let's call render, boom, and maybe we got to view one. Let's just call it one.pmg, and camera 2. There you go. So now the batch knows that like it must pick up the camera 2, make that resolution, those frames, and save the image here. So we're ready. So we just need to duplicate this for the other ones now. Oh, actually, you know what? I should have called that view 2 because it's using camera 2. It's going to make it less confusing. Let's delete view. There we go. All right, view 2, camera 2, file name 2. So duplicate. Camera 3 at 51 a frame. I'm gonna use also this here to remember, like, so all of the ones that are at the same kind of like distance, I'm gonna be rendering on the same amount of frames. So until frame 8, basically. So camera 3. Okay, 3, 3, 3. Resolution is the same. So duplicate 4. Frame for 4 is 152. 152. Camera 4. Name 4. File name 4. This is kind of stuff like you have to be vigilant, right? Because I mean, if you make a mistake, so there's no view 5 because I got rid of it. So we're gonna go to view 6 at frame 270. There you go. Duplicate. We're at 8 now. View 8. Camera 8. And forgot to change the frame to 103. So, and that was the last one in this full view. So next one, we're gonna have to change the resolution as well for frame 9. Let's call it just frame 9, camera 9. Frame 90, file name 9. And the resolution for those, let's see, when I'm in zoom, what was the resolution for those guys here? In 4000 high. Oh, 4000 by what? 4000 by 2250. 4000 by 2250. Okay, and how many renders like that? I had close-ups like this until frame 15. All right. So 9 at 90, file 9, camera 9, the new resolution, we're good. So now frame 10. 10, camera 10 at 124. There you go. 11. File name 11. Camera 11 at frame 86. Duplicate. 12. 12 was at frame 90. Boom. All good. Duplicate. 13. Frame 113. Duplicate. 13A. 13A. Camera 13A. Frame 84. Getting there, getting there. 13B. 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 Oops, wait. Was 13A at 13B? Yep. I made a mistake here. Oh no, wait, I got rid of 13A. Okay, fuck it. 13B. Yeah, okay. 14. Frame 270. Okay, and frame 15 is the one that it changes. Yep, it changes for a portrait mode. All right. So let's just confirm what was my resolution for portrait modes. 28, 35. 28, 35. All right, 15, 15, 15. New resolution at 17. Almost done, almost done. Getting angsty over here. Frame 91. 17, 17, 17. Final frame. 18, 18, 18. Frame 60. Whoops. The fuck? All right. Boom. All right. So now all my batch is done. Technically, I click render right there. All done. It will render everything at the values that I told them, resolution that I told them. So yeah. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Let's save this, and I'll hit render tonight. I'll get those images done. Let's check the chat before we go. Just checking on something. Sorry, it's taking a bit of time. All right, so yeah, like I said, we're gonna check the chat real quick. Glad to hear it. I got it. Yeah, I can use the C shortcut. Glad to hear that. Sam, I would hyperfixate and model for like 10, 12 hours a day and forget to eat. Yeah, that's also me. Absolute same. Yeah, there we go. Megagato seems to overcompensate for his lack of arm muscle. Yeah, that's kind of like the idea. Hey, how many polygons are you rendering up? Like 12 million, I think, something like that. It's a decimation from something in ZBrush. And the reason you switch to Arnold, yes, because it handles heavy weight of polygons and textures really well, and it renders really fast despite all those things. Case Masons, do you stream on specific days or hours? Normally it's Tuesday. Tuesday, around the time that like I did it today, but like since today's a holiday and tomorrow is whatever, like my schedule is flipped because of the holiday, so I'm doing it on Monday today. But normally it's Most of the time it's Tuesdays, I'd say. I don't have a fixed one though. Is Arnold the only render engine you use? No, I use Keyshot. Sometimes I just render passes in ZBrush as well, but I really like Arnold. Chaos Mason, do you stream on specific days? Okay, no, I read this one already. Thanks for the stream, was interesting. Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for the stream, hope to see you more working in the Mega Koto. Absolutely, great to watch you work. I just found your stream from a coworker, so I'll be back. Awesome, that's great, that's perfect. Cool coworker. Cool co-worker. Awesome. Okay, well, look, next stream, like I said, it's probably going to be rendering some working on the composition and everything, which is not going to be something really complex. I mean, I do work on my stream so that they work on my renders so that they are already pretty much final when I render them. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So let's go raid somebody. And next week, like I said, I'll have the material done so we can actually work on the final renders and put an end to that stream and get on the next journey of this whole freaking thing. All right. So thanks for coming, everyone. That was really great. And I'll see you very soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.